ครับแฟนๆของแสนสปอร์ตนะครับวันนี้ผมตังกุยนะครับรวมไปถึงน้องฮอสอลอนโซนะครับก็มีโอกาสที่ดีมากๆเลยจะไปสัมภาษณ์โลธาร์มาเทอุสนะครับอดีตกัปตันทีมชาติเยอรมันตะวันตกชุดแชมป์โลกปี 90 นะครับแล้วก็หลังจากนั้นก็ยังเล่นให้กับทีมชาติเยอรมันหลังจากรวมชาติอีกหลายปีเลยนะครับเป็นนักเตะเรียกว่าตำนานลูกหนังคนหนึ่งทุกคนน่าจะรู้จักดีเลยนะครับก็วันนี้เตรียมคำถามไว้ถามเขาเยอะแยะนะครับเกี่ยวกับทีมบาเยิร์นหรือว่าบูเดสกาหรือว่านักเตะบางคนอะไรเงี้ยก็เดี๋ยวลองไปคุยกับเขาดูนะครับว่าเขาจะมีมุมมองมีคำตอบมีความเห็นยังไงกับเรื่องต่างๆรวมถึงแดร์กราซิเกอร์ที่จะเตะกันในสุดสัปดาห์นี้ด้วยนะครับตอนนี้เขารออยู่แล้วนะครับ
Hi guys.
Hi Hello nice to meet you ก็คำถามแรกนะครับก็คงจะเป็นเรื่องความเปลี่ยนแปลงเป็นข่าวใหญ่นะครับบาเยิร์นในมุมมองของคุณจะมีความเปลี่ยนแปลงยังไงบ้างครับจากยูเรน นาเกอร์มันเนี่ยเปลี่ยนมาเป็นโทมัส ทูเคิลครับ
I think it's a good move from Bayern Munich because sure they was unhappy with the performance in the last in this Bundesliga season because I think this was not always the best performance from Bayern Munich. I think Julian Nagelsmann is a young coach and he was doing well but not good enough for Bayern Munich and the performance in the Bundesliga this season was not Bayern Munich like. And for this was the decision to make a change. And Thomas Tuchel was free; he was on the market, and before another club will catch him. Bayern Munich was this time faster and has a clean decision. We like to change the coach. We are not anymore happy because of a couple of reasons with Julian Nagelsmann, and we signed with Thomas Tuchel. His was the plan 5 years ago too. Then there was waiting too long, and Thomas Tuchel was moving to Paris. And Thomas Tuchel is a German. He know the Bundesliga. He know the language. He know the Bayern Munich mentality, and I think this move makes sense.
อันนั้นคือฝั่งขาเข้าแล้วฝั่งขาออกแล้วครับยูเรน นาเกอร์มันเนี่ยคุณมองว่าด้วยสไตล์ของเขาด้วยอายุของเขาเนี่ยเขาเหมาะกับทีมอะไรในเวลานี้ครับ
Julian was walking 20 miles for Bayern Munich and he won the championship, but the championship is a normal title for Bayern Munich. But he didn't perform in the Bundesliga how Bayern Munich accept and how Bayern Munich perform in the last years. And on the end, he had maybe the same problem with a couple of players, not with all the dressing room, because many German journalists write he lost the dressing room. This means when he lost the dressing room, he lost all the players. But he had problems with the player, and this was maybe mostly key players like Manuel Neuer, like Thomas Müller, maybe a little bit Leroy Sané. He didn't get the minutes to play what he want, and sure, it was a little bit problem, and 2023 from Borussia Dortmund played a very well 3 months now from January to 2 months from January till March, the last 10 games, and for this Bayern Munich is second, and when Bayern Munich is second, something happened. And when something happened, they have to change something. And this was the coach because a couple of reasons outside from the field too is maybe they was not believing him for the future, maybe about his age, maybe about his experience, maybe about he cannot maybe walk with big stars. And Thomas Tuchel had a lot of superstars in Paris and in Chelsea. And I think this can be the reason to decide for Thomas Tuchel and against Julian Nagelsmann.
แล้วคงตรงนี้คงผมอยากรู้เหมือนกันนะฮะอยากจะถามเรื่องว่ามันเกิดอะไรขึ้นในช่วงพักเบรกทีมชาติไปฟุตบอลโลกนะครับเพราะว่าบาเยิร์นก็ยังมาดีๆหลังจากนั้นกลับมาเนี่ยเข้าสู่ปี 2023 จนถึงตอนนี้เนี่ยบาเยิร์นกับดอร์ทมุนด์เตะเท่ากันแต่แต้มดอร์ทมุนด์กลายเป็นว่าเก็บคะแนนมากกว่าบาเยิร์นในปี 2023 เนี่ย10 คะแนนเลยมันเกิดอะไรขึ้นครับ
Yes, exactly. After the World Cup, sure.But Bayern Munich, I say a story a little bit about the past. 1974 was the same World Cup. And then Bayern Munich lost a game in kickers Offenbach 6-0. This means Bayern Munich always the same when I was a Bayern Munich player we didn't start well in the season because you have so many players in the World Cup. They come back with maybe less emotion. They had a bad result. The German team, 6-7 players from Bayern Munich was playing in the German national team. They come back with a negative influence, and maybe this is the same reason why the team was not performing like before. And sure, when you are the coach and you cannot handle this, especially with 20 national players, because Bayern Munich, when you see which squad they have, the best squad ever, I think so. Yes, they have each position 2-3 national players, and it's a funny story. But maybe Julian Nagelsmann didn't handle this well, and in the Bundesliga, because in Champions League they had 8 games and they won all 8, and against teams like Paris, like Inter Milan, and like Barcelona, and this was working well. But in the Bundesliga, I told you, when Bayern Munich is second, something happened.
อยากให้คุณพูดถึงเอดิน แทสซิชหน่อยครับเทรนเนอร์ของดอร์ทมุนด์เพราะว่าดูเขาเป็นคนที่ใช่แล้วก็ดูเป็นคนที่เหมาะมากๆเลยนะกับเสือเหลือง
You know the story about Edin Terzic. He was 25 years fan who was standing in the suit in the south tribune where the yellow wall, and he is one child of Dortmund, and he was working in the youth team. He was working different position in the club, and he get an experience like a second coach in the Premier League, and was coming back, was doing a 6 month job, and he won the German Cup with Borussia Dortmund, and the fans loves him, and he's young. I think he speaks the language of the players. He is very close to the players, and sure, Dortmund is easier to handle like Bayern Munich, because Dortmund is not the media city like Munich, and it's everything a little bit smaller, a little bit more family. And here in Munich, you have a lot of pressure, but for this is Bayern Munich. It's one of the best club in the world. In Dortmund, you can walk a little bit secret. It's not so many fans, not so many pressure, and it's a great club, but it's everything a little bit smaller than in Munich. It's the same when you see the titles. It's a little bit less titles than Bayern Munich. And this make Bayern Munich so interesting, not only for us, the same for the players. Everybody liked to play for Bayern Munich. When I was 23 years old, I was playing in a very good club, a club of my heart, Borussia Mönchengladbach. But you know, when you go to Bayern Munich, you will win the titles. And for this, many players like to play for Bayern Munich, because the career is over and you will not win a title. You will never be a great player. You have to win titles. And for this, the players like to go to Real Madrid, to Barcelona, to Bayern Munich, or now to Man City or something like this. This is not only the money. This is the same. Sure, it's business, but I, like a player, was going to Bayern Munich because I like to win titles in the German Championship with Bayern Munich. It is easier than for us all another clubs in Germany.
ในเกมแดกาซิเกอร์สุดสัปดาห์นี้นะครับมีความเคลื่อนไหวที่น่าสนใจมากสำหรับฝั่งดอร์ทมุนด์ก็คือยูเลนบรันท์น่าจะหายเจ็บนะครับแล้วก็กลับมาช่วยทีมได้คุณมองว่าบทบาทของบรันท์แล้วก็ฟอร์มของเขาในเวลานี้เนี่ยมีผลยังไงต่อดอร์ทมุนด์บ้างครับแล้วก็รวมถึงเกมนี้ด้วย
Julian played very well after the World Cup in Dortmund, like Emre Can. It's the same. Emre Can and Julian Brandt, they show face of Borussia Dortmund 2023, because both of this player, Julian Brandt, they like to sell him 6 months ago. Now they like to sign a long-term contract with him, like with Emre Can. Emre Can was not in the World Cup. Now he's a key player in his position. Terzic maybe was talking with them and told them how they are talented, but they have to show it, and they have to work more for themselves, not only to come to the training. Julian Brandt changed completely his life. He is eating serious schedule, what he has to eat, when he has to sleep, and they change a little bit of life, and you see it's working. And I'm very happy Borussia Dortmund performed 2023 in this way, because I like this club. It has every home game is sold out with more than 80,000 spectators. They make a good atmosphere in the stadium, and I think for the Bundesliga it's the same good when another team will win sometime the title for the Bundesliga, not only Bayern Munich. It's the same good. My wish, this is secret, yeah, don't send it out, yeah. My wish is Bayern Munich will win the Champions League, Dortmund will win the championship, and RB Leipzig will win the German Cup. This is good for Bundesliga. Yeah, not only Bayern Munich make again all the titles. This is good for Bundesliga, and this I tell like a ex-Bayern Munich player. I think with this we can live in Germany. This is nice. This is a story, and I like stories like this. But now we come to the normality. I think Bayern Munich is for Saturday the favorite in this game because they play at home with a new coach, with the fans behind, and when Bayern Munich will win this game, then they are the favorite to win the championship.
นักเตะดาวรุ่งที่ผลงานดีๆมากๆของ2ทีมก็คือจามามูเซล่าแล้วก็จูดเบลลิงแฮมนะครับอยากให้คุณพูดถึง2คนนี้หน่อยครับรวมถึงกับเกมนี้ด้วย
Musiala is still not in the team training. Bellingham come back from England after 2 national games. Sure, Jude will play 100%. Musiala is not till today. He is not ready to play on Saturday. He had a muscle problem. But everybody, and especially I, like an expert, like an ex-Bayern Munich player, and like a football fan, I like to see the best player on the pitch, the best. And this is Musiala and Bellingham. Sure, they can make the difference. Everybody in his way. And I like both. I'm a fan of Musiala, and I think he will have a great career in the future because he is playing, and what I was talking before, he is playing in Bayern Munich, and Bayern Munich is always a club who can win titles, and this make a player more confident, stronger, believing, and I like Musiala, but I have a lot of I respect the same Bellingham. It's a different player. It's box-to-box player. Musiala is a little bit like Messi. You know, with his dribblings against 3, 4, 5 players, only what he's missing to score. He can score more. He can score a higher number. And he's 19 years old, but he cannot be perfect. But I think Musiala will make the difference in the football in these teams where he play. And I hope he play long for Bayern Munich and he play forever in the German national team.
ที่อยากให้คุณพูดถึงภาพรวมของบุนเดสลิก้าหน่อยครับเพราะว่าบุนเดสลิก้าเนี่ยเป็นลีกที่ได้รับคำชื่นชมมากในแง่ของบรรยากาศในสนามแฟนบอลเข้าไปเต็มความจุกันตลอดนะครับมีค่าเฉลี่ยของแฟนบอลเนี่ยเยอะมากๆนะครับอะไรคือจุดสำคัญของการที่บุนเดสลิก้าเนี่ยได้ความนิยมขนาดนี้สำหรับแฟนบอลที่เข้าสนาม
I think we have an interesting competition, and not only for the first place. We are talking always about Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund, but we have to see the Bundesliga generally. We have 18 teams, and each team, in one way, they are fighting for some position. To don't go in the second division, to qualify for the Conference League, for the Europe League, for the Champions League. Each game is a competition for some position in the Bundesliga, in the schedule, to play next year, maybe international, to keep the place in the Bundesliga or to go in the second Bundesliga. And we have high-level games. We have the highest score in the world. We have a lot of young talented players. We was talking about Bellingham and about Musiala, but we have a lot of other young players too. We have a league who this young player can improve. Because when you see the story of Musiala, Bellingham, Sancho, Dembele, they come in the Bundesliga, they get big stars. And this is the Bundesliga too. And I like the atmosphere in the stadium, especially after Corona. We had never better atmosphere in the stadium like in the last 1.5 years. When they're allowed to give, the fans can come back in the stadium. I'm really happy to can follow the Bundesliga like a Sky expert, to be each Saturday evening in the live game. One time now on Saturday in Munich, sure, it's a top game of the week, but I'm the same happy when I see next week, for example, Hertha BSC against Leipzig. Okay, you say Hertha BSC against Leipzig. Hertha BSC has to fight to stay in the first division. Leipzig is playing for the Champions League position. It's the same interesting game. And 1 week later, I am maybe Frankfurt against Dortmund. This makes the fans so happy, and for this they support and celebrate with their players, with their club every weekend in the stadium. And this is for me nice. And you are safe in the stadium. You see a lot of children in the stadium, and this is the future. Yeah, the kids like football. The kids come in the stadium with a shirt of Musiala. I have a 9-year-old son. He has 5 shirts from Musiala. He's crazy about Musiala. He's talking when I have breakfast with him about Musiala. He's talking about football. 9 years old. Another kids are playing PlayStation with Formula One or something like this. The kids talk about football in Germany because the Bundesliga is a good project.
ในบุนเดสลิก้าเวลานี้ครับในมุมมองของคุณโรธาเนี่ยมองว่าใครเป็นผู้เล่นที่ดีที่สุดในตอนนี้ครับ
Sorry, my son is Musiala fan. He has shirts from Musiala at home with personality signature. He give him it's a nice story. Musiala, I come to Munich after the World Cup. I found a small bag. Musiala was sending my son a national shirt from him. Yes, to say, my dear friend Milan, my son's name is Milan. He sent the original German national shirt where when he played with Germany in Wembley. He write a story. It's a special shirt for me, but I like to give it to you, my friend Milan. Beautiful, good relationship. Yeah, but not only because of this I am fan of Musiala. I am fan of Musiala because he is making the difference. Musiala can be a new Messi in the future. Not now, but he is talented like Messi. He has good movements. He has good feeling for the ball. And he is now with 19 years. He is one of the leader in Bayern Munich. He's one of the leader in the German national team. You saw it in the World Cup, and I think he has really a great career. Sure, for this player, we like to go in the stadium, but we don't have only Bellingham and Musiala. We have another young players too. Yes, they're coming. We are working well with the under 21 national team. There was the last 3 tournaments 3 times in the final in Europe. We have talented player, but you have to give them time.
อยากให้คุณโรธาพูดถึงโทมัสทูเคิลแล้วก็เจอร์เกนคล็อปหน่อยครับเพราะว่า2คนนี้เนี่ยทำผลงานได้ดีมากๆกับดอร์ทมุนด์แล้วก็เป็นเรียกว่าโค้ชชั้นนำของเยอรมันนะครับเขามีความเหมือนหรือว่ามีความแตกต่างกันในแง่มุมด้านไหนบ้างครับ
Every journalist has a different style to make his interview. Every coach has a different style to perform with his team, to talk with the team. One is one coach is maybe very quiet. The coach is like a friend. Another coach is like a father. But then you have to walk with them. But I never was walking with Thomas Tuchel or with Edin Terzic or with Julian Nagelsmann. I know them only from the interview. But in the dressing room, they are 100% different than in front of the media. And for this, I cannot say what is the difference. But I think a coach has to be like a father, like a psychologist, like a friend. And sometimes he has to be the bad father because when the kids are not playing well, not giving their best, then he has to talk a little bit stronger with them.
เป็นยังไงบ้างครับกับบทสัมภาษณ์ของโรธามาธิอุสนะครับก็หลายคนคงเคยได้ฟังเขาให้สัมภาษณ์แล้วถูกมาธิอุสเป็นคนที่พูดเก่งมากนะครับแล้วก็สื่อสารได้ชัดเจนนะครับเป็นคนที่เรียกว่าดึงความทรงจำจากวันเก่าๆอะไรกลับมาพูดได้ดีมากๆเลยนะก็รู้สึกประทับใจที่ได้พูดคุยกับเขานะครับฮอสเนี่ยเคยสัมภาษณ์เขามาแล้วก็ฮอสก็บอกว่าเขาพูดเก่งแบบนี้แหละนะครับโรธามาธิอุสนะครับก็อย่าลืมนะครับสำหรับบุนเดสลิก้าเนี่ยความเคลื่อนไหวข่าวสารต่างๆนะครับติดตามได้ทางช่องทางต่างๆของสยามสปอร์ตของเรานี่แหละแล้วก็ไฮไลท์บุนเดสลิก้าเนี่ยมีให้ชมทุกคู่เลยนะครับทาง YouTube ของสยามสปอร์ตคลิกเข้าไปดูได้นะครับเป็นลีกที่มีการยิงประตูกันเยอะที่สุดแล้วนะครับใน5ลีกใหญ่ถ้าเฉลี่ยเกมนึงเนี่ยจะมี3ประตูขึ้นตลอดนะครับแล้วก็เกมใหญ่นะครับสุดสัปดาห์นี้ครับวันเสาร์PPTV HD 36ถ่ายทอดสดด้วยนะครับสำหรับเกมบาเยิร์นมิวนิกพบโบรุสเซียดอร์ทมุนด์อาจจะเป็นเกมชี้ชะตาแชมป์บุนเดสลิก้าฤดูกาลนี้ก็ได้นะครับ5 ทุ่มครึ่งเจอกันนะครับแล้วครับวันนี้ผมตังกุยรวมถึงน้องฮอสซาลอนโซนะครับขอลาทุกคนไปก่อนนะครับแล้วโอกาสหน้ากลับมาเจอกันใหม่ครับสวัสดีครับ